Oh no!
Good. Hey guys,
Oh, no!
welcome to the sleepy episode.
The sleepiest episode of
Welcome to the
Dorkspawn
sleepy
you
episode.
ever heard.
This episode of Dorkspawn comes to you live Thursday, 11 p.m. The latest we've recorded
ever.
because Dillin, as we've talked about, like a Stardew Valley character, has to pass out at 2 a.m. every day.
Every night it happens.
If they don't, they get money out of their wallet and they wake up in the doctor's office.
My stupid husband takes my money.
It sounded a bit like an agony aunt thing then, and I liked it.
Yeah.
Dear,
It is.
oh my god, is it just dear aunt? How do you introduce this? Anyway, my husband keeps stealing my money. We go out, and at 2 a.m. I fall asleep. My husband drags me back to our room and then charges me.
And then charges me $20.
$20
for the service, and I go, why do you live here? Do you even like me? Do you know what I've done to our children? They're birds now. I killed them, and they are birds now.
I turned our kids into birds. Mm. You only love me because I gave you one gem every day.
You only love me because I gave you hard-boiled eggs at the bar every night.
That's funny. That's good. I should have gone for hard-boiled eggs. I gotta remember the first rule of comedy, which is always go for hard-boiled eggs.
Always.
Fuck.
Always. Beloved comedian Shanuk Tessera has would really love that. Them and their eggs.
Them and their eggs. I did a show with Shanuk, and we hadn't really spoken beforehand, but the amount of egg-based jokes that was happening.
It's a lot. It's more than you'd expect.
It's more, and they were almost never started by them. It was always other people starting the egg.
You know what the thing is that when you look for eggs in everything, you find eggs in everything.
You know what?
Like
there
Easter.
Are eggs everywhere with
like
those
Easter
with eyes to
morning
see. Exactly.
Shanuk can
Which
find
is why in the
joke
Christian
anywhere.
holiday of Easter they hide eggs, because in every egg is a Jesus.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Who was looking for eggs? Little known fact about him.
And sister. You're so good at that.
You're so right.
You're so right.
Hey,
wow.
My name's Dillin, and I have played Stray Gods one time.
Hello, my name is Robin. I have also played Stray Gods one time.
Hey, a lot happens in Act 2 and 3.
A lot happens. By the way, this is Dorkspawn. This is a video game book club where we play video games, talk about them like a book club. This week we did Acts 2 and 3 of Stray Gods.
Yeah.
A lot happens in Acts 2 and 3 of Stray Gods. A lot happens, including some really good songs that I liked.
Fascinating thing for you to have said. I will get into it.
Fantastic.
We'll get into it. So Act 2 is more of a like Act 1. We have kind of a rail that we're on. We learn what's happened to us. We know that there's going to be a trial. We know we have to find out who really did it, in order to prove our innocence so that we don't have to die. Mm-hmm. This is now like a time for us to investigate. We have a bunch of leads to follow up on. We've got,
this is great. This is exactly what I was asking for in Act 1,
yes,
which is I hope there's more choice in where you go and what you do. And then in specifically this act, I'm going to say weirdly, I feel like Act 2 is almost the only act of this game. There is Act 1, which is almost exclusively an opening where you don't really have much choice and can't do much. Act 3, which is almost exclusively a finale where you can't really do much. And then Act 2 is a game where you can go from place to place in different orders. The people react to you depending on your information differently, as to like how you got places.
Yeah.
It's still not a dating sim. I ended this game with 0 romance. I found every romance option bad, so I didn't do them. I was chronically uninterested in every one of them.
Fun. I had an interesting little romance
fun
arc that happened. But you I believe it starts with you back in your apartment, Act 2.
Yes, Freddie has stayed up for you and then says that Pan has asked you to go to Olympus.
Yeah.
Or new. I think Freddie just says Olympus, but it's New Olympus,
which we now know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is Freddie apologizes to me. Did she apologize to you?
Probably. What does she apologize to you about?
She apologizes for like trying to butt in with Pan and stuff like that. Because I did ultimately like kind of side. Didn't really side with Pan, to be honest. I thought I kind of stayed in the middle, but like she.
And you know what? There is this. Here's a negative about this. The song, the Pan song in Act 1 is "Do you side with Pan or not?" Both of us said no, and the game is like, nah, but you did though, and it's fine.
Yeah,
you did side with Pan, and it doesn't matter. And it's like, okay, I fucking guess, because Pan is like, hey, you need to come to Olympus because of that favor you owe me, and I was like, I don't owe you shit. I said no the whole time. And then you kind of put a phone number in my hand, and I was like, okay.
I did. I did. Actually, hold on a second. Realized my notes are on my phone, and I don't have them.
Very good.
I do need that, in fact.
Okay.
So after talking to Freddie back at the apartment, I go talk to Apollo to check on him and see how he's doing.
Sure.
Chat with him a little bit. There's not much there really. He is.
That's actually good to know. I didn't speak to Apollo in this act. I just kind of refused to do it.
That's funny. Okay, I did. I spoke to him. There's not too much, but he is like very sad, and it's like, and he's like kind of, I don't know. He's just such a sad sack. Then I go to see Persephone.
I saw Persephone first.
She says basically that she's like not. Oh, that's the thing. I talked to Apollo. He's like, be careful of Pan, very much so.
Yeah.
I go to see Persephone. I tell her what's up. She's like, no, you should totally talk to Pan. You should also go to this party that Aphrodite is throwing. Aphrodite is really close with. Was close to Calliope, was close to Athena, might know something. And you can go there, and you can also talk to Pan there because he'll be there. And I'm like, well, Pan invited me to his place, and she's like, you could do that too. But I think you should really go to this party. That's when I have a little flirt with Persephone, just a little flirt. Tiny little flirt. Yeah. Then I go to see Pan, and Pan is like, like you said, is like, I need to cash in my favor with you. And Persephone had said something to me where like, this is kind of what he does. He collects favors and then collects more favors on those favors. Like, it's just like a cycle with him. So he asks for this favor. He says it needs a muse, because it's a matter of the heart. My friend is having a romantic problem. And he says, plus Hecate will be there, and Hecate might have information for you. So I'm like, okay,
yeah,
that's a good enough lead. So I go, and I get Freddie, and we go to the reliquary, which is like
crazy.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
Which is like this big giant library.
It's cool.
How did you get there?
I went to Persephone. Persephone was like, so Pan is prime suspect, and I was like, agreed. But you should go and speak to him and do these things that he talks about. And I was like, okay, sure. And Aphrodite's throwing a party. Sick. So I went to Aphrodite's party first.
Whoa.
And then I went to go speak to Pan, and then I went to go do the Hecate reliquary
thing.
Okay. Now, I didn't speak to Freddie, because not only did I not speak to Apollo, because I don't like Apollo, but I had Freddie. Freddie is a person. Freddie should not be involved in this in any way. So I did not speak to Freddie at all. The game expects you to speak to Freddie. So when you go to do the Hecate thing, Freddie just kind of teleports next to you and is so jarring that I thought I'd skipped a whole act of the game. I thought my game had glitched because there's no, like, so
she just
the way to get to this
she does
to
just
the
kind of pop
thing,
up. Yeah.
She kind of pops up, and it's also, you have to go through a shipping container to this place, and they're both talking about it. And I'm like, what the fuck are you on? What do you mean you have to go through a shipping container? Like, why is Freddy here? What is going on? Until I realized, oh, okay, the game forces Freddy along constantly, even though I was very like, no, I do not want her to come with me. If they keep saying that they're going to execute me because I broke a rule, why would I allow Freddy to come along and then possibly break a rule also, and then get Freddy executed? Freddy is not a god. This whole shit sucks. But anyway, I went to Aphrodite.
No, I get that.
So we go to the Reliquary Tower. There is a Minotaur, the Minotaur, who's wandering around, who is called Astarion.
Do you meet Hecate? Did you meet Hecate first?
Met Hecate first, but
you did. Okay.
We find out that that Astarion is the Minotaur.
Okay.
And then we go, she's this big, cool Titan.
Yes.
Giant lady. And then she shrinks down to a normal lady size, screaming that we let a human in, and I'm like, I tried not to.
I didn't
hands
want
up.
to.
I tried to not do this. I made a pretty short effort to not speak to Freddy literally at all. Anyway, and then I'm like, she can leave. She'll leave. And she's like, yeah, I'll go outside. And I'm like, thank you. We say that Calliope is dead. And Calliope was supposed to die in 11 months in the future. She died
because
way
Hecate
too early.
Kind of knows stuff. Like,
she has an approximate knowledge of many things.
Yeah, like she isn't like she doesn't like know all events and like all things completely accurately, but she has sort of like an oracle-esque knowledge about her tied to the place that she's in, tied to this reliquary, like tied to the books here, which is very interesting. Yeah.
So she's supposed to die in 11 months. I don't know if we find it out now, but the story is that she meets us. She joins the band. We become friends, and then she is hit. She gets run over by a car on accident, and then we become the idol. That is all like canon and things that are supposed to happen. But in this instance, obviously, she was stabbed and murdered.
Yeah.
Anyway, we leave because she says absolutely no one is allowed in that back room, and we're like, okay. We walk into the back room. We walk out of the building, and then Astarion the Minotaur is there. And he is in love with Hecate, voiced by Raoul Cooley, this Minotaur, is in love with Hecate and is like, I want you to set me up. If you set me up, I will get you into the back room, or I will tell you everything that I know. I'll help you out in this investigation.
Yes.
And we're like, okay, fine. And then we have a song that I think is good because it's bad.
Okay, yes, I actually agree. I wasn't sure what you were talking about, but I actually do agree.
There we go.
Because I do agree on this one because it's bad, but Raul Coley plays up that the badness of this song
it's supposed to be
because
bad.
He's a nervous, anxious, like weirdo.
As
Astarion.
It's very charming. It is a song that it's very. Adventure Time comes to mind. Adventure Time's, a lot of Adventure Time songs are off key and sung poorly, but that's the point, is that it's cute and it's endearing and it's just,
absolutely,
you're singing to sing, and that's a beautiful thing.
I completely agree on. Yeah,
I think
really
it's really cute. Good. And I pushed them to fall in love, and they did. And I'm very happy about it.
I had a different outcome for that. I did try, but I realized a little bit through that I was failing at getting that outcome to happen. And so instead, I got Hecate to release Astarion. And she did some sort of magic to free him from being in love with her. And then she like gave him the gift of like a mortal body that he could embody whenever he wanted to go out into the world so that he could meet other people and find the love that he deserves.
Crazy. Crazy. Dark, actually.
Yeah. And then we leave and I'm like, well, I guess that didn't go very well. But then he meets us outside and he was like, actually, I think that was probably for the best. Thank you so much. And he's like, I will help you.
No, they like immediately have sex in mine, and then we are waiting for like hours, and then he runs to come meet us outside. In what I can only imagine is like, it's sex that I'm truly jealous of. Someone that can grow into be like a 60-foot person. Come on, gang.
Yeah.
Anyway, they fall in love, and then he tells me everything. Calliope broke into the reliquary artifact tower, and then runs out of it stabbed.
Yes.
And then Medusa cuts her off. Well, Medusa was also there. Medusa works for Athena. Not to toot my own horn, but in Act 1, I was like, it's definitely Athena. There's no way. That's so obvious
funny because like it's so obvious, and I was like, it's so
interesting as well, because in Act 1, there's an option when you're talking to Persephone to be like, hey, should we think about Athena? And then because I was like, I think it's probably, it's Athena is I don't really know any, like, which way this is going, but I was like, Athena kind of makes sense. And the second I said it, and then Persephone's like, no, absolutely not. It couldn't be her. I was like, okay, so it's her then. That's good.
So it's
That's good. For some reason, video game, you're fighting this too hard. And I know your tell, and it's definitely
and you're fighting this even though she is so gung-ho about killing you for literally no reason. She has just met you. Unless she's the bad guy, it doesn't make any sense. And then I was like, kind of waiting for there to be a little bait and switch. Although I do, you know what's interesting? I do see in the dialogue that they're trying, in the dialogue, they are trying to make me think that it's Pan. Like, everybody keeps telling me that Pan is suspicious and stuff. And I'm like, based on what? He's like, because there's a scene where Pan, I think it's when he's giving you this quest, or when you're following back up with him after you go to the reliquary, where you have all these options to be like suspicious of him. And I know I chose one of them. And he was just like, why? I haven't Like, I've not lied to you at all. And I'm like, you're right, you haven't. I don't know why the game is trying to like make it seem like you
trying to make it so that it's you.
Yeah, there's nothing.
The only justification I had was if Pan hated humans and his whole justification was, I think all of the gods should be like open and rule over people again, because he like was very open about being like a god to Freddy,
the old
and
days.
I was like, and missing the old days, and I was like, is that the angle they're trying to get? But nothing in what he was saying was anything more than like light trickster to me, and I was like, it's just so I don't know. He so clearly didn't do it, in my opinion. Anyway, and then we get to Medusa is our next lead.
Yes, that. Medusa's our next lead. I am forgetting. I think I check in at one point because I did also during this scene. I had a little flirt with Freddy as well.
Fun,
and that was cute.
Fun. I like it.
So I went to go check in with Freddy back at our place to see what would happen there. And Freddy knows a lot about Greek mythology.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a little scene with her where I basically just asked her to info dump on me about the gods, what
sure.
We know about them and what like seems to be true based on what we've seen so far and like the differences and stuff like that, which was like pretty interesting. Nothing like totally groundbreaking, but definitely like helped me a little bit as somebody who's not super knowledgeable about Greek mythology to point out like what's different and like what they've changed.
There was a lot of things like that I did like. There's like Freddy was info dumping to the Minotaur and the Minotaur was like, oh wow, you actually know a lot about us, huh? And I was like, well, that's pretty fun. But then also there was a lot of things where either Freddy would say something or Grace would say something and the gods are like, I mean, that was so long ago that, I mean, it's kind like, it doesn't really matter anymore. Or like, no, that's not how it happened. That's just kind of your interpretation of it. And I'm like, I like the fact that they are registering that it was over 2,000 years ago. And it's like, it's done now. That happened so long ago. Those events nobody cares about. Things have happened in between that is what kind of is
we've
the
lived
lore
all
of
these
Stray
lives.
Gods.
Yeah. So then
anyway.
we go to see Medusa. Cool little design for Medusa.
Why aren't there more clubs that are named cool things like the Viper's Nest or Underworld and things like that? I feel like media has sold me like a lie on cool sounding clubs, whereas most clubs are called like Prism. And it's
and they're doing it wrong.
Sucks.
And you know
Eclipse.
what? It's like in the game, honestly, when they're like, "Oh, Persephone runs a club called the Underworld," that's a little on the nose. And I was like, if I was Persephone and I was running a nightclub, that's the only thing that I would call it.
It's the only thing you're naming it.
That's the coolest.
If I was a Greek god, I'm running a club called Olympus. Like, obviously you're going to be on the nose. If I had any supernatural link, I'm going Batman in how I'm naming the shit that I'm living in.
Next up, let me introduce you to my new club I'm opening next weekend called Big Cock.
And it's because I can turn into a giant chicken.
It's because I can turn into a giant cock. Medusa and Athena have a complicated little history. And it seems that Medusa is like, has to consume men. So she's got this like creepy little nightclub where she's like singing her little song, turning men
which everyone is turned to stone there already when we get in. And I'm like, so this isn't a functioning nightclub. This is this is nothing.
This is a bad place for sure.
This is a nest, but it's very on the nose. It's her nest. There's nothing but stone people here and maybe a DJ. So she's got a guy on a chair, hypnotized, a little sacrifice, and then you run in, and then you become said sacrifice. She
can paralyze you a little bit. How did that go for you?
So, because of story that has happened to my character personally, she has gone from like she's still very smart, my Grace, but is also very pissed off and angry and doesn't like any of the gods. Kind of wants them destroyed. Thinks like they shouldn't be here. Because all their shit is fucked. So in this, it went great because I'm doing a lot of red options now.
Yeah.
I'm doing a lot of fighting against things. So I wasn't hypnotized. And then through the song was like pissed off and then like really smart and manipulative and was like, hey, Athena is using you and we have to get one up on her. And then she was like, yes, okay, that's true. You can help me. And then Persephone came in and was like, oh no, it wasn't Persephone. Or was it Persephone? Someone came in and I said that I could get Persephone to help Medusa break the curse.
Yeah, I didn't know reds for me, but I did stick with the like blue options, the smart, clever options all the way through, and did do like kind of more or less the same thing to be like, this is all Athena's fault. I had this bit where I was like, you're so pretty.
Yeah, I also had that.
You also got that, which I thought was really funny.
Which I think is the manipulation tactic of it. It's like being smart. You need to tell this woman that she's everything that she wants to be, and then that will make her not kill you, and also maybe drive her insane a little bit.
Yeah. So then, oh my God. I don't remember exactly what happens after this ended.
Oh my God. Also, when you get to the Viper's Nest, Freddy's there again. Ugh. And has like a mace and a backpack and is all very prepared. And Pan is also there. And you have to break into the building. And you choose how to break into the building. I was like, just do a distraction. It doesn't matter. And then they did a distraction. And I snuck in.
Yes.
With, again, some pretty bad audio mixing again in this section.
So Freddy and Pan coming with you, by the way, is not guaranteed. They don't both come with you. I think they both came with us because we both chose the middle option in the beginning of things.
Fascinating.
Yes.
Fun.
Because cool. I think if you side one way or the other, I think only one of them shows up with you.
Cool.
Yeah, because that also happened with me. Freddy and Pan are there. They show up with the mace, and they thankfully don't do anything stupid. And then that's right. And then afterwards, Grace is like, Pan knew this would happen. You better go talk to him. And then I talked to him, and I was like, yeah, it didn't seem like you were trying to do anything. But I'm, cool. Thanks. But now we have a pretty decent amount, and then I went back to the reliquary after this. Oh no, I went back to talk to Persephone after this. I met up with Persephone, and Persephone and I have a big flirt after this. Where we even have a little song together, and it's a big little flirt. And
cute.
She says some hot little things like, I have a mouth on me, and she likes that mouth on me, and she gets all close, and then she gets all close and is about to kiss me, and then goes, you've overstayed your welcome, and kicks me out.
Fun.
And I'm like, okay. All right. So I leave.
Fun.
And then I go back to the reliquary because I know now that like this was where Calliope was hurt. This is this is where the answers are. I have to see if I can retrace my steps. We also learn in a conversation, at least I learned this in a conversation with I'm skipping around. Sorry. Because now is when I actually went to the party.
The Aphrodite party.
Yes.
Sick.
Okay, so I went to Aphrodite's party after doing the reliquary the first time around, after doing Medusa the first time around. Then I go to Persephone. We flirt a lot. We get hot and heavy a little bit. Then I go to Aphrodite's party. At Aphrodite's party, upon my arrival, Apollo is like, hey, wow, Aphrodite's going to be so psyched you're here. And I was like, why? She does not know me. And he's like, well, I guess I should tell you something about this party. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, because Persephone didn't tell you anything, right? And I was like, she told me that,
she told me that Calliope never turned up to this specific party.
Yeah.
And that Aphrodite would love it if I did as the new Calliope.
Yeah. And then Apollo is like, well, hey, have you been having weird visions and shit? And I'm like, no. And he's like, okay, right. So you're gonna, over time, you're gonna remember everything in the 2,000 years that Calliope's been alive. You're gonna remember all her memories, and you're gonna just sort of become her.
You're just going to be Calliope then.
Yeah.
And this was the moment when my grace was like, okay. So I'm going to die regardless of what I do. I'm going to die if I prove myself innocent at the trial. I'm going to die if I do not prove myself innocent. And then I was like, cool, I actually don't give a fuck. These gods need to have a talk into.
And then we learn that this party's whole purpose is because Aphrodite is so traumatized from what the gods went through, the idols went through during the war, that every 20 years or so, she kills herself and passes her eidolon along so that she can have a few years where she doesn't remember anything.
She doesn't have the panic attacks and the nightmares. David Gator, make it so that the women in your game do not suffer extreme sexual torture. Challenge impossible.
So here's the thing. This pissed me off for a reason that I think maybe you'd find surprising. They were really chicken about this because so we find out, like, everybody's like, yeah, but what happened to Aphrodite? Worse than what happened to all of us. Bad. It was so bad. It's so bad that she's broken forever, for eternity and stuff like that. And I was like, okay. And so then you talk to Eros, which is her son, and you're like, Eros, what happened? And he's like, I can't tell you. It's simply too bad. And I was like, I am trying to help. If you don't fucking tell me,
I actually need to know what happened, for fuck's sake. Yeah.
And so then he tells you, but he goes, well, all of us were in the war together, and all of us were under attack, but Aphrodite got captured. And you go, oh. And he goes, yeah. Oh. And then he goes, so she was tortured. Nothing too crazy. Literally says that. Nothing too crazy from what I've heard. And I'm like, what are you? You're so deeply implying that what happened to this woman is the worst thing, worse than any trauma any human being has ever endured, because she hasn't gotten over it in 2,000 years.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be that bad. And you're like, I'm like, people are alive today that have been tortured. It's like, and so, yes, I know they're trying to imply that she was sexually assaulted in some kind of horrific way. But then they also then chicken out of that being the story a little bit. And I'm kind of like, you're trying to include sexual assault in your storyline without like confronting it and putting it out, right? And as a result, it just sort of seems like not much happened, and she is just like, I don't know. It's just a very strange thing.
I didn't. Admittedly, didn't hear or pick up on the nothing too crazy bit.
Yeah.
I heard she was captured and taken away by like thousands of angry god-hating men, and she's Aphrodite, and I'm like, yeah, I can put two and two together, pal. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then and she was tortured for like years. And I was like, well, I mean, it sounds like kill yourself territory for sure, buddy.
Yeah.
For sure. But I didn't hear the nothing too crazy. So
the nothing too crazy thing
is it's like, all right, gang, we can. Yeah. It's okay. The woke police are safe. They won't get you.
Don't worry.
It's don't worry about it.
But then we meet the woman that Aphrodite is going to give her eidolon to, who is consented to this, and is going to take over.
They also state in it that they've tried every single type of therapy possible, including magic, to get
including drugs, which I like.
Drugs and magic to get her over the terrors, but she was never able to.
Yes. And Eros also is very upset about this, because apparently it's like every time that she gets her memories back, it's like a re-traumatizing. Is kind of how he describes it.
It happens again to her because she has to re-experience it fresh.
Right.
And also Eros is like, every few years I have to help my mum through this incident again.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I can't do it. I have to kill myself. And then he's like, okay, sure. But then in like 5 years, we're going to be doing this again.
Right.
Yeah.
So Eros is clearly not a fan, and he asks you to use your powers to try to inspire her not to need to do this.
Yeah.
Right. And then you meet the woman that's going to become the new Aphrodite, and you get to chat with her a little bit. She's like, asking you like what it's like. How does it feel? And you're like, I'm about to be put on trial and put to death. So far, not great.
Yeah.
For me in particular. Doesn't seem like that's going to be the case for you, but our situations are different. Hey, by the way, are you cool with this? Like, for sure. And she's like, yeah, and then she shows
the most minor hint of it not being okay. And I'm like, well, then you can't do it then. Are you crazy? It's insane. I didn't know, because I'm still reeling from the fact that all of my memories are going to get consumed and I'm not going to be Grace anymore. And that's a no-go. So I'm like, you understand that you are this is not only the death of one person, it is the death of two, of her and you. Like, you are also killing yourself because you're going to get consumed by this. And you know how that's fucking horrific. And you're not 100% cult-like sure.
Then no.
You gotta get out.
No,
you gotta get out. You can't do this. That's so bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was my racist response, and also my actual response to that, because that's a crazy thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ritual starts, and the ritual is that Aphrodite has to remember the war for the last time that she will be able to remember it for a bit.
Big part of this also is that Hephaestus, who Aphrodite didn't like that they were married to, he made a deal with the people that had captured her's enemy to build them a bunch of like outstandingly incredible weapons and then exile himself away from the gods, never to be found again. And he was deeply in love with Aphrodite, and Aphrodite didn't like him at all. And then when, she realized that she was only freed because of her husband's sacrifice. That's also another part of
and all the gods.
I had true love and I didn't even realize it. Yeah.
Yeah. And now he's maybe out there somewhere, but no,
But who knows?
Who knows?
But yeah, she has to remember. And then this is the best song in the whole thing by a country mile. By an obnoxious amount of space. Okay. It's the best song. No, you're high and you just don't understand. This is the best song by a minute. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not only the best song, it is also a outstanding show of the mechanics where you do not sing in it.
Yes, I did like
are
that.
Imbuing the vibe with your thoughts of what you want her to sing about. And what you want her to remember. And then
That's
as
very
she
fun.
sings
I did sing
this very haunting song.
My Grace sang.
She sings at the end, but it's 90% of the song is that she's not partaking in it.
Okay. You did, so you did get to sing too. Okay.
Yeah, but it's you don't partake from 90% of it. And then you do right at the end when she's done telling the story. And she decided to not kill herself. She was like, no, I won't. I will fight this. I will fight it this time. I was like, good.
Nope.
Good.
Nope, she killed herself.
Wow, you're so bad at video games. It's so fucking crazy. This is Isabella all over again, where the only way where the way you get her to rejoin is you just kind of play the game. And then
That's not it. That's not it at all.
Easiest thing in the world. I did it first time, no guides. I just spoke to her when I saw her, and then she was like, then she came back in Act 3. This is exactly the same.
I spoke to her all the time. I put out.
Clearly not enough. You're doing over the shirt stuff. That's not going to cut it here.
That's not going to cut it. No. No, I chose, I was curious. I'm not exactly sure which of my choices kind of led, to her continuing to go through with it, because I chose a lot of options in the beginning, when you're not singing, when you're just kind of letting the vibe go. I was choosing to let her tell the full story. There were options where it was focus on what happens next, focus on the focus on her getting freed. So she sung about Hephaestus a lot. And then I'm wondering, so I'm not sure if that had anything to do with it. And then the end option, the one where you do sing, I sang about there being another way. I think was something to the phrasing of it. So I'm not 100% sure which was the flub on my end, which choice was the not right one, but
I will say that this is my, I think, main criticism with how the song choices in this game are portrayed is that I'm pretty sure I lucked out. I got everything that I wanted. Every time I was I want this to happen, I kind of got that thing to happen. But I wasn't 100% sure I was doing what I should be.
Yeah.
I was picking options that felt right. They were worded in a way that I'm I think this is right. And that's kind of fine. I applaud Dragon Age because there are a lot of things where you're making choices by just talking to people. Dragon Age might actually not be the best because Dragon Age has a lot of this is specifically what you're doing.
They do have those
Fallout
too,
Fallout is the franchise that does a your actions are how you talk to people. Like, those are the big choices you're making.
Yeah.
And it is fun, but it is also deeply stressful.
It is.
And having this kind of like, you are singing to them, and it's like, okay, and I know I'm making crazy big choices, but am I making the right choices? Why? What did I do to make you say the thing that you said?
Right,
like,
and I don't really
understand
know.
the through line.
Yeah, but I regardless, I tried, but she just sort of passed on. Weird death, she just sort of disappears. And then Venus, the woman that has taken over for her, is sort of like, wow, I don't feel any different. And I'm like, you will. Cool. But now we have so much information. We have so much information, and now it's time to go back to the reliquary and try to. Now we also know that we maybe have access to Calliope in some way. So we're gonna go back to the reliquary and try to retrace her steps and see what we can do. We went back there with Freddie, and Freddie and I, like, before we go back, we chat with
you chat with Apollo and Persephone.
Yes.
You are speaking to Apollo because Apollo has a Hermes favor, and you're like, Hermes needs to get us into the
No. Nope.
No, that's actually
thing.
later. But Hermes is here. Hermes does turn up and is at Grace's apartment. Hermes is at Grace's apartment because Freddie and Hermes are hanging out. And then you go to the reliquary to do stuff, and then you pick your second trait that you have.
Yes. Oh, yes. So my first one was clever.
Yep.
Your first one was also clever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you picked the passionate or aggressive or whatever the heck it was. Red.
Kick-ass is what
Kick-ass,
it is, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I did pick the empathy one, or empathetic, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought was going to completely bork me, but it did not. But I did. I picked that. Then we go back to the reliquary. Freddie and I are there. And the, like, choice is, how are you going to get inside? Because there are only a few keys. Athena seems to know when people get in or out. There is a big confrontation that happens with Athena before this, where Athena's like, you went to the reliquary, like, you're messing around with things that you shouldn't be. You're making my job harder. And she's sort of like, I wish I didn't have to kill you, but unfortunately I do.
And this was the moment where I'm like, so you're just literally not hiding that it's Athena at the minute. This is like, you're kind of the last, before we state it outright, put the pieces together, figure out that it's her, and then, because the characters don't know yet, even though the characters can obviously, comment on the fact that it's weird. But yeah, there was a lot of like angry yelling in this one from me and Athena, because I was like, you are just making up rules to fuck me over. And I know you are, because you didn't say anything about this before, and now all of a sudden this is a rule that is not supposed to be broken, and it's like, are you just making these up as you go along? And then also it was like, if I'm getting my memories back, let's just wait like 5 years.
Yes, I did say that to her too. She's like,
and then she's like,
sorry, we can't do that.
It's like, but then people will get really attached to you, and it's like, okay. And then she mentions that all of the idols are dying. And this is the first the first note that all of the idols are dying and they're losing their immortality. I was like, fantastic. That's motive. It's you, baby.
It's so
I'm gonna
you.
go to the
It's
tower.
ridiculous. Yeah. So go back to the reliquary, decide how you want to go in. I decide to just tell Hecate the truth and walk in there, and I'm like, Hecate.
I walked straight in front door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, Hecate, I'm sorry. We actually have to. Athena is lying, and this is where Calliope was attacked, and there is no other place for me to go and figure this out. And I forget what I said to convince her, but I did say something where she was like, all right, but she does say, you will regret that. It is written.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so, you go in alone into the back rooms of the reliquary to where Calliope was. And you're instantly sort of like, well, fuck, I'm in a room with all these ancient Greek books and I know fucking nothing. I do wish Freddie was here.
And it's also a giant maze. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you start, like, you being like, okay, apparently I have Calliope's memories. If I focus on her, I bet you I can follow, like, a ghost path. Lo and behold, yes, you can. You follow this ghost path of Calliope. And then you get to a big old thing of trinkets and bits and these magical artifacts. And you have some of the weirdest interactions with artifacts ever.
Yes.
And in a thing which I thought was going to be something, because I thought it was so weird the way that you were talking about them.
Is it the apple?
What the fuck was that about?
What the fuck was that?
What the fuck was that about? Because, like, the first time I was like, oh, is it a thing where it's like, it's something related to the artifact? And then the second time it happened, I was like, okay. Because it's like, there are most of the times, Grace comments on the artifact.
Right.
3 times, she does nothing. She comments not on the artifact a little bit. It is something deeply strange that she... And these are, I'll grant them, they're separated. But I was clicking around, and I just so happened to click on the 3 of them all in a row, and I was like, oh my god, is there this weird thing where she's, like, the more I click on it, she's gonna get more and more frantic, and then something's gonna happen. It's gonna be like a little spooky thing where she like loses her mind or something.
You click on one, and she's like, wow, that's a massive, what is it? Oh my god, what is the weapon?
The trident.
The trident. Yeah, it's like one where she's like, wow, that's a massive trident. I wonder, where that came from or whatever. And then I click on the apple and she's like, Freddie, where is Freddie?
Literally.
Like,
it's
what?
So crazy. And I'm like,
Freddie didn't come in here with you. Like, what?
What the fuck? And if you look at the mask, she also says something completely unrelated to the mask and something like weirdly off-putting. And I'm like, what are we doing? Like, what's the goal here?
Very strange part.
It's deeply strange, and I'm so shocked that it's nothing. It's
nothing.
like, what were they thinking when they put this in? It's so weird. And because I kept thinking that they were related to the artifacts, but then eventually I was like, okay, it's just bad writing, I think. Just like weirdly. Or a thing that was cut, maybe, but they couldn't cut the lines. Who knows?
I don't know.
Really weird. Deeply
but
strange.
But the only important thing here is the mirror. When you
click
on
we find
the
mirror.
Yeah. Then you walk over to it, and Grace remembers that Calliope was looking for this. She was here interacting with this, and then something happened. And you get the vision as you are reaching out to the mirror the same way Calliope did, that these 3 masked figures appeared behind her and attacked her. And then you open your eyes as you are remembering this, and instantly those same 3 figures are right behind you, and they are walking towards you about to attack. What did you do?
What did I do?
Or what happened? What did you do?
I ran away. And then every single time you turn a corner, these cunty little ghosts are still walking towards you. still walking towards you with a knife. And then you run backwards and you turn a corner and they're still there. And you run, you turn a corner and they're still there. Then you keep running and then you bump into Freddy. And then Freddy is like, jumps in the way of the knives, gets stabbed, moided. And then moided. And then these cunty little ghosts walk away and disappear. Turns out that these are the Furies.
Yeah.
Because Hecate and Persephone turn up. And then I'm like freaking the fuck out. I'm like, hey gang, why did this happen? We have to get her back. This is why I didn't fucking want mortals.
A mortal coming with
fucking
me
around
to this place. I know.
This is why I didn't. This is literally the antithesis of everything I've been trying to do so far. Is get this, because it's like every time she turned up, I was like, "You shouldn't be here."
Yeah,
you're going
Freddy
to get
dying
killed.
Appears to be a canon event, as far as I can tell.
Is, yeah.
I'm not sure if that's entirely true, but it seems like it.
Well, so spoilers: you can bring her back to life. It seems.
Well, yeah, but her dying in this scene,
but the being stabbed
to be,
because she gets stabbed, and then you also easily put together, oh well, these things also stabbed Calliope.
Yes,
because they're stabbing. Then it's Act 3. We need to go to Hades. Hades is not the guy. Hades is now the name of the place. Hades, the place. So we're talking, how do we get there? Then Apollo is like, I have a Hermes favor. Yes. I can cash it in to go to the underworld now.
Apollo is also like, you shouldn't do this. Don't do this. It's a bad idea. Do not do this. And then you convince him, or I think Persephone also convinces him that shut the fuck up and give me the keys. We're going. And Persephone tells us that, there is a way. So basically what we learn in talking to Persephone and Apollo is that the muses are who you can contact through that mirror that Calliope was looking at. And the muses,
the fates are who you can contact.
Fates. That's what I meant to say. You're the muse. The fates, have the ability to show you your future, or to change it if they are in the mood to help you at all. So Calliope must have been trying to mess with fate in some way, for some desperate reason, and doing like a bit of a Hail Mary by going there. And someone, quotes, must have known that that's what she was doing and that she was interfering with fate of some kind, and didn't want that to happen, and that's why they sent the Furies to stop her from doing that. And what we learn is that whoever holds the throne in Hades could compel the fates to tell, to show the future and mess with it. So another option is for Persephone to go and take her throne back, the one that was stolen from her in the first place. And then at the very end of that conversation, Persephone is also, Apollo is like, yeah, plus, it's possible that you could see Freddy again. And I'm like, what? Like,
I wish to do this.
Persephone, why didn't you say that to begin with? And she was like, I didn't want you to think I was manipulating you. Like, I didn't lead with that because I felt like it would be bad. But then Apollo is like, bringing a soul back comes at a great cost, a great sacrifice or whatever. Yeah. I was like, okay, whatever. So we do convince Apollo to give us the keys. He's not happy about it at all. And Hermes also is a little bit like, what? And we're like, please. And then they're like, yeah, we'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. And they let us through the gates into Hades.
Yes. You go through Hades. You see bada boom, bada bing. Orpheus is on the throne. Charon, who I love in this.
Oh, yeah. Very good. Very good,
cute
Charon.
Guy, big evil demon who just wants something to do.
Because
there's not a lot of souls going through Hades anymore because people don't know about it, right? It's like you have to like be connected to Greek gods in some way to go to the underworld when you die. There isn't, so that nobody does. So he bored.
He wants to play games.
He wants to play games. You go all the way to Orpheus.
Oh yeah, Persephone drops that on you while you're on the boat. She's like, yeah, my throne isn't empty. Orpheus took it.
It's just run by Orpheus now. Yep.
And she explains that
Which
Orpheus,
I like.
I did too. Orpheus is not alive. Orpheus is just another ghost, another soul here in Hades who is so pissed off that her husband, Hades, betrayed him and took away his love. That and since Hades is gone and no longer exists, he's turned his ire on Persephone and is just blaming her for that and won't let her have her throne back.
So Orpheus is obviously aghast about Eurydice, blames Persephone for it, saying that Persephone killed her, and Persephone's like, no, I was a slave. I was literally trapped here as much as anyone. It's crazy that you're doing this. They both fight, have a little duet. I took Persephone's side, and I was like, Orpheus, calm down.
I did also take Persephone's side.
Yeah, because it's like, Orpheus, calm down, man. It's like, it's not her fault. And also, this is what I came here to do. I came here, Persephone said that she'll help if she gets the throne back. I'm here to get the throne back. Then Persephone takes the throne back. Orpheus doesn't really fight for it. You're like, hey, just leave him alone. And he's like, right. And then walks off. I'm like, okay, buddy, bye. And then, Persephone's like, so we actually can't get Freddy back. Can't do that. Sorry, I kind of lied to you. And you're like, come on, man. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But then Freddy kind of turns up. Freddy's like, hello, I'm a ghost. And you're like, oh, shit. You go say hi. And then Calliope turns up. And then you're like, oh, shit. And then Calliope and Persephone do a kiss hug. And it's like, oh, my God, they were lovers, but they're both girls. Crazy. What? I didn't know they could do that.
Oh, my God.
And then...
You must pause for a moment.
I do.
Because something very different happened for me.
What happened for you?
So I was siding with Persephone. And then I don't know this. Now I'm curious because I sided with Persephone through that whole song. And I don't know exactly why this happened. But there was a moment where there's a final choice, which is just to like,
which way do you go?
Which way do you go? And there's
Orpheus,
one where it's like
Persephone,
you both need to let go.
Neither of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So I chose you both need to let this go. They sing a actually very beautiful little bit about like them both acknowledging that they need to let this go and that the throne has been like making the two of them worse and that they don't want it anymore. And then it's like they're both sort of like, but what do we do now? And then there are only two options for me. And it is a grayed out red option that I don't have access to, which is take the throne for yourself, and destroy the throne. And so I destroy the throne. Persephone's like, what the fuck, dude? That's mine. Why did you do that? And I'm like, why did I do that? Because you needed me to. You were fighting over this thing that you haven't seen in centuries, and it doesn't mean anything. You're not staying here. You're not staying here. There's nothing here for you anyway. You're coming back topside, and shut up about it. And she's like, oh, okay. And I'm like, by the way, you lied to me, didn't you? I can't bring Freddie back. And she's like, yeah, I did. And I'm like, yeah, so why don't you shut the fuck up a little bit? Because I'm right. And then Freddie's ghost shows up and is like, hey, so
Fun.
I'm dead. Yeah. Sorry, you can continue. I just needed
to... good. That's crazy. That's fun. Because there was a bit of me that's like, do I want to click this? And I was like, no. Because I was like, no, I don't. Again, I'm here to do a job. My grace is here to do a job, and this is who my grace is. Persephone, take it. I need someone in my pocket, and that's someone who needs to run the underworld. Yeah. Freddie turns up and is like, hi. Calliope then turns up and is like, hi. They do that kiss, and they're both girls. Calliope then drops that Apollo... Apollo told her a prophecy. Apollo this whole time has been moaning and dicking about telling people prophecies solidifies their fate. Now he doesn't want to do it anymore. Turns out the reason why he's freaking out about it in this particular instance is because he told Calliope her fate, and then also told Athena a fate. And the thing he told Athena is that the idols cannot continue whilst the last muse lives. And it's like, okay, it's Athena then. So that is the game stating that it's Athena.
It's never been more Athena, yeah.
It's never been more Athena. And you're like, oh shit, okay, so then you heard your fate, you'd heard you die, you went to the fates to have it not happen, but then by that time Athena had already heard her prophecy. The last muse was trying to make a deal with the fates. She sent the Furies after her to kill her so that the idols can continue. And then I got angry and super pissed at everyone. I was fuming and angry because okay, we figured it out, this is all nonsense. Why did Calliope come to me specifically to ruin my life when she knew, she knew that I was just going to get hunted down for murder anyway? And also, if you're an idol and you're dying and you're like, well, if I am next to someone and I die, then they're going to get my soul. And then in 5 years, I'm just going to be in their body. You are a psychopath. That's crazy. You are not Calliope didn't do that to save anyone. She did it to take my body as a host. So I was mad at Calliope and I was like, I'm fucking glad you're dead. You suck ass. And then it all blew up and everyone was yelling at each other. Then it went up. I was like, I'm going to kill Athena. I'm telling you this. And I told Persephone. Persephone's like, ew, okay. I mean, okay. And then I went to Apollo and I was like, hello, you dumb bitch. I'm pissed off at you. If you helped me in any way, this whole thing could be avoided. But also, I'm not mad at you. I just think you're pathetic little weasel
dumb,
and a
sad,
loser.
Wet.
And I don't like you.
Yeah.
And then I confronted Pan. And I told Pan everything because I'm like, fuck it. If I'm going scorched earth, I'm going scorched earth. Pan, I know it's not you. Here's everything. And Pan's like, whoa, crazy. And I'm like, yeah, dude. Okay, goodbye. Then you have a last little reprise before your trial starts. You go back to the little band training room.
All right, let me rewind a little bit. So,
yep.
So in the underworld still, when we're saying goodbye to Ghost Freddy and Ghost Calliope, I choose not to get mad, and I'm like, instead, like, isn't there something we can do? Can we get Freddy back? Persephone's like, no, and Freddy is also like, nope, sorry. Looks like I'm just here. She's like, but you got to keep going. You got to continue. You've got so much story left to tell. And I was like, well, that sucks, but okay. I love you. Bye. And then Persephone is like, I can't believe you did that. I can't believe you broke my throne or whatever. And she's like, she's being fucking mean about it. And I'm like, what about us? And she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you broke my throne. And I'm like, yeah, but, and she's like, you're okay, ridiculous. And so she says goodbye to Calliope. I say goodbye to Freddy, and then we go topside again. I go confront Pan. I do the same thing. I'm like, Pan, I never was suspicious of you, not even for a second. You are literally a sweet baby angel sweetheart. I don't even understand why anybody talks about you the way that they do. And here's all the information. He's like, you will have my support one last time. And I was like, cool beans. I trust you literally with my life. And then I go talk to Apollo. And I'm like, hey, Apollo, you lied to me. You shouldn't have. You should have told me what was going on. And he's like, yeah, but then I'd lock you into it. I'm like, I'm locked into it. I'm locked in, babe. She's about to kill me.
I'm gonna die if I do. I'm gonna die if I don't. Like, I'm dead regardless of what happens. Fucking tell me the truth.
And so I'm just like, do I have your support or not? Because I'm not done here. And he's like, no, you have it. And then I go talk to Persephone, and dear reader, I can't tell you what possessed me, but I walked into Persephone's club, and I'm just, and I've destroyed her throne. She's yelled at me in the last 6 or 7 conversations we've had. And I walk in there and I'm like, what are we gonna do about this? I'm like, I walk in there, immediately choose the flirt option to be like,
no one has ever been as down bad.
I'm like, what about us?
And she's like, you think happening here? What is this?
And she's like, you think there's still an us after you destroyed my throne? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, huh. Interesting. Maybe there is. And then she tells me that she is afraid that she only has feelings for me because Calliope's eidolon is within me. And I'm like, nope, that's not it. Cause I don't know that bitch. It's not. And then it turns out that she likes that I push back on her, and that I am, that I destroyed her throne and have forced her to confront some uncomfortable truths. And she's like, okay, I'm on board. We have a hot little kiss. And then, and then it is time for the trial.
Trial time.
Trial.
Trial starts.
I can't wait to hear how this went for you.
Everyone's there. Yeah. Old Olympus, new Olympus melts away into old Olympus.
Yeah.
You are truly in like the meeting place of the gods now. Athena starts talking some shit, and I'm immediately clicking red options. I'm immediately saying, you're a dumbass. We all know it's you. It's so stupid obvious. This is all the evidence. And then Athena starts freaking out. And then it's like, well, I don't think any of that's true. And then Persephone's like, yeah, dude, it's obviously true. I saw it.
Yeah.
Everyone kind of saw it. everyone is on my side. I have like a quadrillion options of people to like join me in the chorus that we're all singing to like beat Athena's ass.
Tell me you chose it. Tell me you punched her in the face. Did you
I
get
actually
that option?
didn't. I did get the option.
I was counting
I got the
on
option.
You,
I know.
I didn't do it.
And I didn't. And I genuinely, I'm going to tell you this, listeners, the second I clicked the clever option, I regretted it. I should have punched her in the face.
Yeah.
I immediately read up to see what happens. And if you punch her in the face, you punch her in the face and then exile her immediately. Exile her as a god, get out, never speak to us, never see us again. But I didn't do it, and my justification was I don't want to be a god, but unfortunately I am now. So I'm going to win, and you're going to sit there and watch me win. And I'm going to be able to meet and visit you and say, see how much I'm winning at your job? And I've just started, baby. Because there's lines of like, that I said in the song, which was like, I've been here for a week and I've helped more than you have in 1,000 years.
Oh, yeah, I did say that too.
I'm like healing so many people. Everyone's so fucked up that they have no perspective and I'm just fixing everyone. None of you have real problems. You're immortal gods. Everything is so easy to fix. You're all just children. And my friend is dead and my humanity has been stripped from me and I'm going to die soon anyway. So I had my justification was you're going to watch me win.
I like that.
Yeah. What happened?
Athena, it's very interesting because I thought that we were going to have to like coax some of this out of her, but she
just
really
says it.
She's really like, hey guys, the gods are dying. And I was like, I was going to say that. I was gonna.
The gods were dying, and Calliope was gonna stop it, so I stabbed her. Okay, okay. Hey, gang, trial start. I guess. Okay, if everyone's, we've started the trial. Okay. Hi,
so
my name is Grace.
Yeah, and I then chose to stay like kind of logical and like asking her like pointed questions that get her to talk herself into a circle a little bit as soon as she does and realizes that that she is talking herself into a circle, she immediately summons the Furies to attack you in the middle of this courtroom. It happens so fast. And I'm like,
and the thing is like it's like in front of everyone, you're just admitting it. Come on, gang. And then everyone stands next to you and then you just kind of sing them away magically.
Yeah. And so then, after she concedes that she's, bad at her job and that she's failed because her ass is crammed up 1,000 years ago, and she can't fucking let go, then everybody else deliberates for a long time. You're left in that office again in the new Olympus. And then they come to update you, Apollo and Persephone. And it's like Persephone has taken charge, has taken Athena's job for now. But they have ultimately decided that it is time to dissolve the chorus, that they will be making themselves known to humanity, getting rid of these like old rules, which we figure is kind of that is what the prophecy could mean.
The prophecy meant because the idols are no more, they're shifting so incredibly that they're becoming a different thing altogether.
Yes.
Love a weird Greek prophecy. I think
too.
this is a good telling of, like, this is a good, like, prophecy twist that I didn't see coming at all.
And so they make you the spokesperson for the idols. You are the idol celebrity. And it fast forwards to a couple months later. You are you are going on the news and TV shows and blah, blah, blah. And then you come home one day from a big press tour about how the idols are coming out of the closet. And Apollo and Persephone are in your apartment. And you're like, hey, what's up, guys? Been a while. What's been going on? Tell me about everyone. I don't know if I'll remember everything, but some notables are that Asterion is going on a popular dating television show, which
Fantastic.
I think is very fun.
Good.
And Hermes, they are... Oh, I don't remember what they're doing. They're traveling or something like that. Theirs wasn't. I don't remember theirs being that.
Hermes is very famous for me.
Oh, that's like right. Yes,
the
is an
number
influencer.
One is like the most famous one amongst all of the gods.
That's what it was. Yes.
Which is cute and fun.
Cute and fun. Athena has gone off to disappear. Can't cope with what the changes and has left for a while to go hide. Doesn't want to be a
mine
part of
was
this.
a little bit more positive than that. It was that she is like incredibly impressed and humbled that the gods were accepted so quickly. And she's like really she also is like she's stepped back a little bit, but is like more like, oh yeah, she's really come around and she's better now.
Wow, fascinating. Yeah, she's like she's had to go disappear for a time. And I don't remember all of the rest, but everybody's like
Aphrodite for me became a cult leader. She lives like in the middle of nowhere with a bunch of humans that love her above everything else.
Interesting.
And that's good and healthy for her because she, even though is scared of all humans still, the humans that love her more than anything, it's like, this is positive.
Okay.
This is a positive change for her.
My Aphrodite, who is Venus now, has gone off with Eros to start like a massive charity and like dedicate their lives to like loving people.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Medusa has a cure, or is almost fully cured of her thing.
Yes.
The Minotaur is like extremely happy with the dating. Apparently people are getting sick of hearing about how in love the two of them are.
Yeah.
Which I thought was fun. Persephone's having a lot of fun in Hades. It's because people now believe in the gods again, it's filling back up, so it's getting really busy. There's a lot of things to do. Life in the underworld has never been better. And Athena has left, but is very proud and happy of all the things that have happened.
Yeah. Persephone decides to take a break from the club to spend more time with me. Yeah. And so then we have a big little ending romance song together in the finale.
Yes, you do if you romance someone. Yes.
Each other.
Yeah. Yep. Nice.
I maintain my original opinion in episode 1, which is that this was a great game. I had a lot of fun with this game. I think the music was so bad that I applaud what they attempted to do so much. It cannot go understated how impressed I am with how much they did accomplish, but it is just bad to listen to most of the time, with very few exceptions.
I didn't like any song bar 2 of them that I've talked about today.
Yep.
I was researching because I'm interested in every possible outcome in things, and you'll be shocked to know it is not recorded anywhere. the amount of differences because there's so many of them. But there is one person that did every single possible song choice and where that leads, and these songs are fucking expansive. There are 6 different endings to like each song, with like all of the different paths and the things and the outcomes of each thing, which is crazy and very, very impressive.
It's super impressive.
I only liked 2 of them. One of them I liked because it was bad, so I don't know if that even counts. But I liked that it was. I liked the fact that it was bad. I like the world.
Yeah, me too. I really do.
I like the world. I think the world is really cool.
Yeah.
I don't really care about any of the characters. I think, my original criticism of, or rather our original criticism, I guess, of Broadway artists should be more involved in this holds very true and big. I love Felicia Day a lot. The closing number should be someone with like pipes. I'm like a real voice.
But I also do want to say that like I do agree with you there. But Orpheus, played by Anthony Rapp, who is a Broadway motherfucking guy. I mean, and he gave a performance. It is just it's a badly written song.
It's
and
not
like,
good, yeah.
There's not much that you can do when the song is that flat. I do yes, agree, I do think that Broadway people, performers should be involved with something like this, but I also think it really has to come down to like that the songs needed to be written by people with some kind of musical theater songwriting background.
And you know what? And here's the thing. And I'm sure that if we looked into it proper, I'm sure that there is some, but I think the problem is with me in this game, the songs are not good enough to carry it.
Yeah.
The writing is too few and far between to carry it. And also there is some of this writing where it's like, yeah, I get it. It's Athena. We knew it's Athena from Act 1. Like,
yeah.
We get it. I don't think the mystery is good enough to hold it, and the visuals aren't good enough to carry it. And it's like, no aspect of this game is good enough to carry this game. I meant to finish this playthrough, honestly, yesterday, and I was too bored to finish it. And then today, I did a song, and then I got so bored that I had an hour nap. And then I got back up, and then I continued the game.
Yeah. See, I did think the story was good, despite some of the writing being a little cringy. But like, I did really enjoy this game. The songs being as disappointing as they was a thing that kept irritating me. To boredom a little bit, and so I just think like. I'm still so impressed with what they have done, but it's like I can envision it. I'm like,
great.
There is
it's
a way
impressive.
for this to be great. There is a way for this to be great. I certainly am not the person who can do it, but like I know.
Well, we know that it's there.
Yeah,
and I know it's possible. And that's what's that. And that. I don't know. Again, I think the writing is good, and I do want to. I don't. Because you said you thought the writing was good enough to hold it, and I do think the writing's really good. But the problem is, I think the mix of the three,
nothing
not being strong enough to carry.
No part was like outstanding, and
truly, and this is such a weird thing for me specifically to say because. Again, I play graphically horrendous games like constantly, and I love it, and it's fine. I do not like the animation style in this game, even a little bit. I think the picture book really slow, makes all of the slow moments way slower. And there's no I just really need give me 5 more frames in it. There was a lot of time spent on people walking away with very quiet footstep ambience and the same JPEG slowly fading getting smaller into the background toward a door. We don't need it, gang. Just cut.
Maybe
just
a couple more facial
5
expressions
to 10
instead
seconds.
during emotional scenes instead of that.
Truly anything.
I do agree with you there.
Yeah, truly anything. And it truly bored me a lot. But it's exactly the same thing I said last week. I would still recommend this game if people said that they wanted something interesting and different. I'd say you should play Stray Gods. It's not a huge time investment.
Yeah.
You do get the idea really fast, and I don't think running it all the way to the end is like particularly needed. But yeah. I think overall it's kind of mid, but I'm really glad that I played it because I feel like I'm glad to be in the conversation with this game.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot to critique, but also a lot to be like, I get what they're doing. I really don't want to take away from the fact that I get it, and I do. And I think that some of the things they did are really good.
Yeah.
But again, those big three things, and you know what? I'm actually going to update it. It's not the big three things of the songs aren't great. The writing cut is okay, but it's not strong. The story isn't strong enough to carry it. And the animation is bad. The sound foley also is not good.
Why did they mix the sound like this?
Game.
I can't understand it. I can't understand it.
I'm hearing people's mouth clicks, and I'm freaking out about it. No room has a set tone. It's all just dead air quiet, and it's so boring to listen to. It's frustrating.
And the mix, like, why can't I hear the like the soundtrack, like not like the songs and and whatever, but like why can't I hear the music in the
moment to moment things?
Yeah,
there's really like the ambient sound mixing is genuinely horrendous.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was bad. I can't. I genuinely, that one is that there's not really an excuse for. I feel like that could
a musical game. No way.
Yeah.
If this was an indie game, now this is an indie game, and I'll give it that. You're paying like very expensive, very popular voice actors too much money for the quality that they're bringing to the project. You'll need to spend a lot of money on sound design. If you're not going to give me animation, you're going to give me sound design. You can have one of the two. If you have neither,
what are we doing?
It's going to be bad. What the fuck are we doing?
I know. Yeah. That was a really interesting thing that I never quite got over while playing this, where I was just like, why can't I fucking hear?
Yeah. No, it's tough.
But oh my God, but there's so much I did like about it, and it's just very frustrating that I'm like, ooh, this is so close being
gang.
like a really good game. Just like falling short on a couple of things. But that was Stray Gods.
Yeah, that it was
Stray Gods.
It was Stray Gods.
Next week, we're gonna play Peppered.
Good. Okay, good. I actually didn't know what we were doing next week. Thank you for telling me.
Next week, we're gonna play Peppered.
Are we gonna play all of Peppered, or are we gonna do a bit? Because my week next week is kind of fucked.
I think we're gonna play as much as we can of Peppered. I don't expect I'm gonna finish it. I don't expect you to finish it. Let's expect Peppered to be 2 episodes as well. We'll play as much as we can. And we'll just kind of chat about it, because I don't think there's like,
it's 5 hours to 100 to, oh no, sorry, it's 8 hours to 100%. It's 5 hours on average.
Yeah. So
main story is 2 hours. Main story and sides is 5, so it's about 5 hours. Gang, go pick up Peppered.
Go do it.
$15.
Peppered. Yeah,
it's
I'm really excited about
it. There's a demo as well, so you can see if it's your type of thing. I have heard a lot about this. I've heard it's very good. So, and it's also like absolutely rammed with choices, which I think is neat.
Yeah, and we're gonna have, I think, very different experiences, which I'm very excited about, just from what I've heard.
Looking forward to it.
Cool. So with that, we'll see you next week. And I leave you with one final question. Who let the gods out?
Who? No, you need to say it louder. Last week, you talked about how you can't make two mistakes. If you're going to mess it up, you got to do it loud. No. Say it. Say it like an adult.
Who let the gods out?
Who? Good.
There you go.
Good. Okay, bye.